Jesse, welcome.
Thank you.
It
Thanks for having me.
was amazing featuring Oleg yesterday on the CXO Roundtable. And yeah, our community is excited to see People AI in action.
Yeah, we got some fun stuff to jump into.
Let's do it.
All right. So first of all, hi everybody, Jesse Dailey. I run our customer success and solution engineering teams at People.ai. I've been here for 6 years. I'm something of a go-to-market veteran at this point. I spent 10 years in Salesforce, been around the CRM go-to-market space for 20 years. And I'm a demo guy, so I'm going to jump right into the demos. We're going to cut the slides and show you kind of what the next 5 years of go-to-market AI is going to look like. So first of all, I pulled up our old friend Salesforce. Everybody knows Salesforce. People actually works with any CRM. So we work with Oracle, Microsoft, Salesforce, you name it. And here's the challenge I'm having with Salesforce these days. Whenever I pull it up, I get a big wall of fields, this stuff over here. And this is kind of the challenge because I can't read this data and understand my customers. Walls of text fields don't really get me there. Like, what is the nature of our relationship? Have we qualified this opportunity? Is this a real deal or not? These are the types of questions that I know sales leaders are always asking. Super hard to answer looking at CRM data. So what People AI has designed is a way to help you qualify your deals right inside of your CRM using AI to ensure that you have high quality responses across multiple data sources. I just pulled up my People AI qualification scorecard. And in this scenario, let's say I'm a medic shop, right? Medic's super popular. So we've got our medic qualification criteria that we're going to fill out. Now, why do we do this? The reason why sellers qualify their deal with Medic, and especially using People AI, is it improves your win rate by 17%. So if you follow a qualification methodology, that materially impacts your ability to win deals. It goes without saying that that's obvious, but qualifying takes a lot of work. You have to ask a lot of questions to your customer. You need to get to the hard stuff. And then there's a lot of paperwork that goes in behind that. And we've sought to avoid all of this. So right out of the gate, you'll notice a couple things. First of all, my answer quality right now is low. The seller came in, sort of entered in a text answer. Coca-Cola wants to reduce the number of security incidents. Is this a real metric? Not really. I can't tell you how many times I've stared down a medic qualification form without real metrics, but that tends to happen a lot. But here's what's really interesting. Between meetings that are happening, call transcripts, emails, data in CRM, all this first party data that you have in your organization, and then public insights, information you can find through other AI solutions or open AI, et cetera. People AI can pull all that data together and give you metrics based off of the real conversations that you're having with your customers. So let's use our answer assist here and see what People AI comes up with. So I'm qualifying Coca-Cola right now. We're going across all these different data sources, and it's going to recommend an answer for me. So this is looking again across multiple data sources. And now I've got real metrics to lean on. And this is how you build your business case. So the thing that always scares me so much is as sellers are out there selling, they pick up a new opportunity, and you know what happens? The person before them talked about all the metrics, they built the documentation, they pulled all this information together, but it always seems to get lost. So because People AI is matching all this data automatically into CRM, we're filtering out anything that's not relevant and giving you highly relevant business context results. We can get two things like very specific metrics in a medic qualification. And this is not sci-fi. We have people at customers that use this today to medic qualify all of their opportunities. So this answer looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and use this as our official answer on our medic qualification. Now, you'll notice the answer quality immediately jumped to high. What we're doing here is we're kind of heat checking the relevancy, recency, and quality of an answer. So it's not just the act of filling out a form or filling out fields in Salesforce, but it's high quality and highly reportable. So I could see how far through the qualification process we are. And by the way, I know that if I could qualify this deal up to 70% with high quality answers, that increases the likelihood that I win this deal by 17%. So as a seller, I'm now motivated to do this because I know it makes me a better seller. All right, so let's go a little bit deeper into our metrics. Here I'm jumping in on my the values around my defined metrics. So my next question, and what's important to note about this is all the AI that's running here is very customizable for your business. So if you use Bant, Champion, you name it, we have templates for all of these. And I'm sure you got some custom stuff that you want to throw in here. So right inside of CRM, I've got my good answer. Let's go ahead and copy that in, and I'm off to the races. So again, instead of just looking at a wall of text inside of Salesforce, I've got a nice visual interface where as a sales coach, I can look in and see like, hey, where do we need some work? Where's my team lagging behind as far as, hey, we always struggle to get to paper. We always struggle to get to economic buyer, et cetera. So let's actually dig into economic buyer. And here's some of the stuff that makes People.ai really unique. So for anybody that's using People.ai, you'll know one of the things that we do is we help identify the personas in your account. Part of the People.ai data set is not just processing email and calendar and call transcripts and all this stuff, but we're enriching it with persona data. So we can tell you, are we engaging the right personas in your customer accounts? Something very unique to our solution is we have a first-party data set that pumps in all of this data. So I know that our customers have been asking for this for a while, so I'm very excited to show you. Let's see if we can identify an economic buyer based off of the meta criteria that we've established. So based off of our meta criteria for economic buyer, which is who owns the budget, bam, we're actually going to turn up in your account who is your economic buyer. So this has happened automatically based off of the interactions that you're having and public information about this company if it exists. So as you go through your day and have conversations with your stuff and do your seller work, People.ai will pick up on all those threads and actually identify champions, economic buyers, key personas in your account, and now you can track them. And you'll notice this 89 right here, that's our engagement level. So for every persona in your account, you get an engagement level. This way, when I go back and like look at it, hey, are we engaging our economic buyer? I can see if we actually are. I can dig in, I can see all the history, I could get all the communication. So this is kind of qualifying a deal in the context of meta qualification. So I'm going through and qualifying my deal. But I don't just, as a seller, there's a lot of other stuff I have to do in my opportunities. And this is where the sales AI assistant comes in. So right out of the gate, I've got all of the key things that are happening in my deal, next steps, potential risks, who are we engaging, what's our engagement level to kind of look at the health of the opportunity. And I could use the sales assistant to do real generative AI that's actually valuable. So I could do something like, hey, just catch me up on this deal. I'm a sales coach. Pull together all that information. And what's amazing about this is we're talking about, in any opportunity, there's what, 3 to 5 megabytes of data that we need to pull together just to create this type of summary. Call transcripts, emails, documentation, CRM data. People.ai is custom designed to pull all this together, and then we enrich it with our data sets, like all those key personas that are out there. So now when I do something like, hey, create a target communication for me for a executive. So create an executive outreach, to get to our key executive here. So now it's creating a communication to Shane Cotton that's specifically relevant. And you'll see a lot of vendors do email drafting. It's pretty easy to do with generative AI. But this type of email communication is specifically targeted based off of the conversations you're having with that customer. So behind the scenes, we're pulling all that data together into AI relevant generative AI, and you can create very specific prompts for your team. And this could also, you can upload all your competitive stuff, all your sales playbooks, your stages in Salesforce, give your AI assistant all this stuff, and it will pull it together and work where your sellers are right inside of your CRM. So pretty profound ways to interact with CRM. I've never seen this before. As I said, I spent a lot of time in this space. Now, it doesn't just limit to our kind of deal level summaries. People AI could also create forecast reports, deal rooms, pipeline reports. I run the renewal team at People AI, so I'm very interested in like, hey, how are we engaging our renewal customers? And it's all very customizable. So I just pulled up my deal room. Here I could see all of my key opportunities that my team is working on, and I can see how things are trending. So are we tracking engagement in the right direction? Is my engagement going up or down in my key opportunities? Here's my qualification scorecard. Like I said, if I can pull my chin above the bar on 70%, that dramatically statistically appreciates the likelihood I win this opportunity. So we got a little bit more work to do on Cisco. That's good. But now we can target exactly what we have to do. And what's amazing about the People AI data set is I can actually compare it. So we're in the background trending all this stuff. And if I want to know, like, hey, is my team adopting our scorecards? Are we qualifying our deals more or less? How are we tracking in that direction? People AI will show me trends in any of these data sets. So behind the scene, you have the availability of the whole People AI data set, which is very powerful. Now back to Cisco, it hasn't changed for 30 days. That's of interest to me. And of course, I can drill in and identify the specific areas that we need work on. So like most sellers, geez, economic buyer, paper process, these are the weak points. But now as I'm coaching on this opportunity, I have very specific action items where it's like, hey, seller over here, whoever owns the Cisco opportunity, you know what to do. Next week, come back to me with a plan on economic buyer. We've identified our economic buyer using AI. Now we need to go target them with relevant messaging. And that's how People AI ties all of this together. So thus concludes the prepared part of the demo. But again, very exciting. This is certainly how we'll be working with AI over the course of the next 5 years, as it really enables your sellers and your coaches to get much better insight and avoid all the homework and busy work of filling out meta qualification when we can do it automatically.
Very cool. Thank you, Jesse. There are funny questions, but let's start with the serious ones. How does your deal room compare to others on the market?
So there's a couple key things. So I challenge other vendors in the market to show very specific trending data around how you're engaging key personas. Are there executives involved or a specific persona? Let's say you're targeting a sales operation manager or DevOps. Getting to that level of specificity is very, very hard to do without People AI data set. That's the power of all the data enrichment. So we trend all the data and you can customize all the metrics. So our deal room goes a layer deeper than you typically see with kind of hard-coded standardized deal rooms.
Do you have any anecdotal stories of people using the AI assistant to win a deal or be more efficient?
Yeah, so there's a lot of these. And I think that the interface between coaching and your sellers is really important. So most sales leaders have they're supposed to do coaching on opportunities, but they have like 6 or 7 more AEs. So they run out of time to actually do coaching. So now when you enter into these coaching sessions, you pull up your AI assistant and you work on your very specific action items. And this is where sales qualification, you tend to lose the thread, where if it's not in front of you and you don't, like, it takes a lot of brain power and throughput and time to really qualify and coach on deals. So this is beyond anecdotal. We know that if in a coaching session, a leader coaching to a rep, if you can get your qualification on a People AI opportunity 70%, that dramatically increases your win rate. So we're beyond anecdotes at this point. We have real data to back that up.
What's the best way to understand where People AI fits into the stack?
Yeah, so I would look at People AI as the enterprise AI data platform. You'll see a lot of point solutions that do things, call recordings, activity data. People AI pulls all this together with everything else. So in order to make AI work, here's the trick. And I know most of you have complex CRMs, right? There's a lot of complexity. So you have to match all this data correctly. You have to filter it all out, and you have to make it work in an enterprise environment, which is multi-team, and there's a ton of data flying around. And this is really where People AI shines. You don't pass go on AI use cases without a good data set. And People AI is the best in the business as far as creating AI relevant data sets that are highly accurate and give you real information in a complex enterprise.
Last one. It's ultimately algorithmic guided selling. This term died, but isn't that it?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Can you say it again?
Yeah, it's ultimately algorithmic guided selling. This term died, but isn't that it?
I mean, I don't know. I've spent a lot of time qualifying deals with sellers and getting something that populates and qualifies deals in the background for you, pulls together all this data. This is profound technology, and our customers are using it to a great extent. So just to give you another example, a lot of businesses we work with, they're like, hey, we've got 500 our top 500 deals we've wrapped our arms around, but what about the other 10,000, the long tail? So you get the benefit of coaching your top 500, and then you have the long tail of automatic qualification based off of a good data set for the rest of your opportunities. So this goes to pipeline health, it goes to productivity, and ultimately it goes to win rate.
Justin Michael, what questions you got?
Mm, yeah, where are you taking the technology? You know, are you consolidating? Are you expanding? There's so many solutions coming out. What do the next 3 years look like that you can share? I know a lot of this is under wraps.
Oh yeah. So I will say like the AI technology is being driven at a rapid rate. In our data set, there's a lot of really interesting use cases. Where this goes is insights across opportunities, across accounts, what good looks like, which we're doing today already. I actually didn't show that demo, but we're really like honing in on like what are the behaviors and characteristics of your accounts and opportunities, using AI to flesh that out, and then give your sellers real-time feedback on what they can be doing to improve the likelihood that they win their opportunities. So there's a lot of exciting things that we could do with this data set.
Beyond Medic, are you seeing other qualification methodologies and are you ingesting those as well or providing signals?
Oh yeah, I mean it's fully customizable. So we have customers that create their own acronyms like success, and there's like different like criteria behind that. So it's fully customizable for any methodology. Medic seems to be winning the day right now. You get like smatterings of Bant, Challenger. We see that a lot. Medic tends to be very popular at the moment. But if you have a custom methodology or want to tweak your Medic methodology, we're here for it. And we have customers that are creating custom AI assistants for certain use cases. So like, hey, this is a renewal opportunity, which looks slightly different than a new business. We qualify with Medic, but we have different nuances about how we qualify it. So even at the opportunity level, you can control the qualification methodology.